Okay, should we get started, everybody? All right. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. As you know, we have our loyalty this month is Pure Nourish and 30% off. You can't beat it. That is such a great deal. You can stock up through loyalty throughout the month. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek because on April 6th, and we usually don't let you know ahead of time, but on April 6th, go time for 24 hours is going to be 30% off. So this one, it's really go time. It's 24 hours and it will not be extended. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you haven't tried go time yet, it is such a great product. And I haven't talked to anybody that hasn't tried it that has now become a fan and uses it in their everyday. So you can take advantage of that. And then up next, I'm super excited because we are going to talk about our next NewAge live shopping experience. Now, this has been, let me just tell you, this has superseded any projection or expectation that we thought that we would have on this. And through sales, views, enrollments. So if you haven't participated yet, now is the time. This week on Wednesday, it's going to be Laura's sales, and we are going to be talking about how to get longer lashes, fuller lips naturally. Of course, we're talking about Lucem lip plumper and eyelash serum. Now, I want to just direct you to, you'll see on the far right of your screen, the lip and lash show guide. We want to try to provide this for every show that we do. And we hope that this is a tool that will help you. When you download this, and I'm going to have Anthony drop the link for it in the chat, so you'll have it. Alondra will also be posting that on social media this week. But what this guide will do is it will give you some copy that you can share. It will tell you what products we're going to be featuring that week. And it's going to give you a link to a folder that has some assets that you can share. They're non-branded. They are just about some of the health concerns or some of the with this particular episode, kind of that wanting to have that fuller lip and longer lash without the chemicals or the expense. And you can use these as you would like. You can change them. But most importantly, I would love to have feedback. I want to see if these are working, if you're posting them, because we really want to be able to use our shopping live as an opportunity for you to invite your friends, family, maybe people that you've talked about the product in the past, and eventually build up a library of these shows. Because what we're also finding is, as great and as well attended as the live shows are, the magic happens afterwards. I think I mentioned last week, the sales are like 5 to 1. So for every product that is sold on the NewAge or on the shopping live show, 5 products are sold afterwards. And what that means is by simply sharing the link, you are potentially making money while you sleep. So love this. Check it out. There are details on how to download your unique link, copy, as well as assets. So as always, if anybody has any questions, just let me know. And then I will just give you a little bit of a heads up that next week, so April 13th, it will be Dr. Ginger, and we're going to be talking about how to guard your health with immunity. So we'll send out another show guide next week. Okay. For those of you on the call, there are many of you that maybe have come in from other companies or you're brand new and you're wanting to know, what is NBR? Taylor is going to do a special training on NBRs on Thursday at 11 o'clock. So you'll definitely want to be there. We're going to go through all the different ways that you can earn your NBRs. Cash it in for great prizes, trips, all sorts of fun things. And he'll walk through that step by step. And then for those of you that have been asking, we now have an open enrollment for quick vendors. This ends on April 15th. So if you have a vendor that you would potentially like to see on quick, you can email social@newage.com. Now we have put a few requirements there. They do need to be an established business with a business EIN number. They need to be very familiar with their wholesale retail prices, have an existing customer base. And we want to make sure that they have a minimum of 300 units per any SKU that they put on our quick site. And then most importantly, they need to be companies that are established, they know their shipping rates, and they are committed to filling orders. So if you're interested in that, you have until April 15th to contact social@newage.com and just request some more information and they will get right back to you. We're super excited about that. Okay, let's talk about some of the trips that we have coming up, because this last month we were introducing so many new things. So we have 3 different trips, and I'm super excited because our speakers tonight are going to talk a little bit about how you can maximize wherever you are in your new age business and try to get on these trips. So the first one, that is our Utah experience trip, and that is for new brand partners that have joined after I want to say January 21st. It might be February 21st. Don't quote me on that. I don't have it in front of me. You can look at the PDF that I'll have Anthony drop the link to in the chat. So for brand partners that have joined after that date, if you hit $3,000 in commission, in $3,000 in commissions, you have the opportunity to attend an all expense paid trip to Utah for some fun, for some networking, but most importantly, for a mastermind training. And this is going to be with top executives, top leaders, and they are really going to map out your path, your strategy to becoming a 6-figure earner with New Age. So if you have any more questions on that, you can just click the link. We are going to be updating our link because I know that I've had a few people that have asked, if you are already an existing brand partner, can you use NBRs? And the answer is yes. So sometime this week, we will be doing an update and letting you know how many NBR points it will take to get on this trip. Like I said, if you're already a brand partner, and we will post it on social media and let you know when that's coming. All right, our second trip, this is a power ranker trip. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about what power ranking is, you can talk to your leader. Taylor will be doing a training on this very soon, but we are going to take our first 30 our top 30, I should say, our top 30 power rankers as of May 15th. Now the qualification is March 15th through May 15th. So we're going to kind of look through that. The top 30 power rankers are going to get a trip to Costa Rica. Now, if you want to just really get excited, check out this resort that we are going to be having it at. It is stunning. So that's just another incentive that we have for you. Now, let's talk about the big one. This is our Tahitian Dreams trip. This is going to be November 12th through the 19th. And of course, that's excluding travel days. So the 12th through the 19th will be the full days of the trip. If you'd like more information on this, you can get the link in the chat. There is a 1-page PDF that tells a little bit about it. And then there is an FAQ qualification guide that will go into a little bit more detail. We are really excited for this one. This is one that you're going to really need to build up and work for throughout the year. And so we're going to talk a little bit later on how you can do that. Okay, now we're going to talk about transformations. I am really excited because tonight we have Richard Tuggle. And most of you know Richard. He is just such a great character. And I had a chance to get to know him a little bit better at the Destin event. And this is the guy that you want in your corner. He is a fighter and loyal, and just talking to him, he just has such a passion for not only sharing his story, but helping other people with their businesses. So, Richard, are you there?
I'm here.
How's it going?
Good. I may be a little dark. I'm sitting in the parking lot. We had a fantastic NewAge party here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, with a group of reps tonight. So I'm pulled over where I get signal.
So you're always working.
Always.
So I want to just share really quickly your before and after pictures. And then I would love if you could kind of walk us through your transformation story and what that did, not only for yourself, but also for your business. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a little scary. The picture on the left was about 3.5 years ago, and picture on the right, I had lost around 85 pounds at that time. And then I went ahead and lost another 15 after that, 16, 17 pounds after that. But yeah, it's amazing what our products can do. And whenever you want me to tell my story, Kristine,
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, it all starts about 6 years ago. I had a nurse friend of mine named Tina Talbert. She was the head of the nursing department at a hospital in West Plains, Missouri. She got looking at me on Facebook, and she calls me up and said, "Boy, you've gotten fat," you know. And I said, "Yeah, Tina." I said, "But you know what? I can still get all my work done. I'm a workaholic. Um, I'm as healthy as a horse. I'm just as big as one." So I just sort of blew her off. Well, fast forward about 3 years after that, she calls me again. But this time I was tickled to death that she called me. I needed her to call me because I was having some pretty bad issues. I had turned 57 and I just fell apart for a year or so. I fell apart. And so I'm glad she called me and she said, "I've got some products I think that will really help you. Not only help you lose weight, but will help you with energy and everything." I said, "I don't care what it is. I want it," because I trusted her. She was a nurse. I mean, really into nutrition. She had lost about 40 pounds on the program and just felt great. And she's my age. And I said, "Sure, I'll take it." And so I got what they called a Transform Pack C back then. It was the drops and the MOA and the Rejuvenex. And so I get on the program and I'm doing really well. And so I walk in Walmart. I've lost about 20 pounds. I lost 60 pounds my first 60 days, but the first 20 pounds I walk in Walmart and the guy says, "Man, you've lost some weight. Didn't I just see you last week?" I said, "Well, it's been 2 or 3 weeks." He said, "Whatever you want, I want it. Whatever you're on, I want it." And I said, "Well, I'm taking some kind of vitamins." See, I've never been a healthy person. Never, uh, nutrition was out of the picture. And so I said, "I'll just take some." He said, "Well, I want them." So I had to call the nurse and she got him on the products. This went on and on and on. And so I lost 60 pounds my first 60 days. And then I lost another 25 pounds the next 60 days. And it's changed my life. It's changed my businesses. It's given me my health back. I really believe it's added 20 or 30 years to my life. And, it's not only that, my whole family's getting healthy now. It's not just a health change or the money that the company will pay you, but it changes everybody you're around. And I'm just thankful that the company came to me and to Tina Talbert for staying after me.
I love that. So let me ask you, how have you been able to keep the weight off and keep with your habits?
Well, I think it was Anthony Moreland posted yesterday or day before something about it takes 21 days to form a habit, but 90 days to form a lifestyle. And, that's what it's all about. Chris Doyle called, a couple weeks into it, he said, "If you've got the guts to stick with the program," Chris sort of challenged me. "If you got the guts to stick with it, it'll pay off." And then after I had lost quite a bit of weight, I lost like 50 pounds. Todd Rowland calls me, said, "Every pound you lose from here on out can be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you." You know,
Wow.
they just sort of, you know, and then I had friends since then after I've lost weight, like Jane Bolin and Dina Brownlow, that are nutritionists that has helped me along the way. But it is a mindset. The products, you know, that products give you the extra edge. Now I'm taking everything we've got. I mean, we just keep adding companies. And I said, how many more products can I take? You know, I don't even eat anymore. I just take our products. But but they're wonderful. I tell you what, I'm full of energy. I get up early, I stay up late, and I'm on the go. But it's a lifestyle change, and I'll never go back to where I was. Richard Hawkins, he came to me and he got on program. He lost 100 pounds, and he said, I was with him a little while ago. He said, you know how bad we used to feel, and we didn't even know it. You don't even know how bad you are until you get healthy. And why would anybody else want to go? So we're motivated now. You know, we work out now too. It's a joy to do that, and but it's a lifestyle change.
Well, you are getting so much love in the chat. Everyone is it just says you look fantastic. They love your smile. They love your energy, and I love your energy too. It was such a blessing to be able to visit with you in Destin, and I can't wait to see you at the next event.
Thank you very much, and it was a blessing being with you too, Kristine.
Richard, thanks so much for sharing your story. I really, really appreciate it. And I know that you are a motivator for not only people on this call, but everyone in your life. And like you said, your friends and family. And I think that's pretty powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so wow, I mean, I can't stop looking at that before and after picture. It's absolutely fantastic. I want to move on to, let me see if I can switch my screen here. Okay, there we go. All right, we are going to move on, and we are going to talk to two of my favorite guys in this industry. They are not only amazing when they are on their own, but you put these two together and it is like dynamite. And you probably all know that we are talking about Brent Palmer and Tracy Ternburg. They are such dynamic leaders, and I love how they empower one another, and they are willing to reach across team lines to build something great. And I always try to support our various brand partners, all of you. If you have Zooms, I'll pop in for a few minutes. The other day, Coach Palmer had a coach's corner, and I popped in, thinking I'd just listen to it for a few minutes. I could not shut it off. I listened to the whole thing, and they were talking about building your business with promotions. And I knew that I wanted to have them on tonight so they could share that with you. So Brent, I'm going to turn the time over to you first. Are you there?
Kristine, thanks so much. And thank you for all you do for all of us out here. I think everybody on the Zoom tonight would be shouting from the rooftops, or maybe in the comments. They can let you know how much we appreciate you. And thanks for jumping on the Chalk Talk on Tuesday with me and Tracy. And as we were sharing about promotions, and I'm going to kick it off tonight, but I'm going to be with Tracy Ternburg. And since you called it the dynamite, I mean, we'll find out later who's the stick and who's the fuse of the dynamite. But I've enjoyed getting to know Tracy, and I challenge everybody on here across the companies, get to know these different tribes of that's coming together to form NewAge. I'm so grateful. 2 years ago, I didn't know Tracy Ternburg. I didn't know anything about him, and today he's a brother to me. He's somebody that I consider a partner in this business, but also a friend, a true friend. And that's in this industry. One of the things, I know this is not the topic tonight, but one of the things you'll find the longer you stay in this industry is some of your best friends in the world is going to come right here inside of NewAge. And so that's what Tracy is to me. And Kristine, you asked about promotions. And one of the things before Tracy jumps on and we start sharing this, because I couldn't do justice without Tracy, because he's done a couple of different trainings where he's talked about promotional stacking and how to grab a promotion that the company's running and how to apply it to your business and not only grow and get yourself there, but get team members there and create momentum within this promotion. But I got to say this, you know, over the last decade of being in network marketing, one of the things that I've learned is promoters build the biggest organizations. Promoters in network marketing, when you learn how to truly promote, you end up making the most money, right? So you can be a brand partner and you can use our products and you can make some sales. But when you start to build a team and you start learning the skill of, I'm going to take a promotion the company is running and I'm going to put it out to my organization and work it and promote it and stay on it and focus on it, you end up creating something special, and income, a lot of income is generated from that. And so that to me is what the Utah experience trip is, coupled with the experience to Tahiti. Now, I've never been to Tahiti. Tracy Ternburg, really, I got to say, I think it was a moment where he felt like he could send me some videos and rub it in my face. He said he was being a friend the week that he was in Tahiti. I'm not so sure that it wasn't some ill will there as he was shooting videos, but no, I'm kidding. But I'll say this, it was a special time to watch what the group that went to Tahiti was experiencing. I'm excited about that, but just being excited is not enough, Tracy. And that's where I really want to bring you on. Like when the trips came up of the Utah experience and you know, Costa Rica, and then the ultimate experience of getting to go to Tahiti. Like, I think we can all sit on here and go, man, we want to go. We hope our team gets there, but I got to have a plan. Like, one thing I've learned about this industry, you got to have a plan if you want to do it. You can have a goal to get there, but you got to know your own I-49 headed in the right direction, you know, headed north, not headed south. And so Tracy puts together a plan for building for this event, building for this promotion. And Tracy, I want to kind of turn it to you and let you kick it off. Thanks for, you know, I guess being the dynamite. I'll call you the stick if I have to.
Yeah, but you would call me the stick, wouldn't you? Well, you know, Brent, you know, thank you. And Richard, your story is always awesome. I love hearing your story. You know, I tell you, we've had so many conversations lately. People have been calling us saying, oh, I want to go to TD. If we did a poll right now, everybody on this Zoom right now would say, I want to go to Tahiti, right? I think everybody would go. Now, they don't have a plan of action to qualify. Maybe they don't even understand the qualifications, but they're like, okay, how do I do this? Now, not everyone's going to go because there's a limited space. And so, like, how do you leverage that? And that's the thing that we're really talking about is leveraging all these awesome promotions that the company's bringing out. And that's kind of what started this whole concept of promo stacking. So I'll tell you what, let's just get into it, Brent. Let's get into some training and just do some good old fashioned whiteboard stuff here. You know, the deal is understanding leverage. Before we get into promo stacking, you need to understand what leverage is. And leverage is, you know, one of the greatest quotes of all time, especially in this industry, is I'd rather have 1% effort from 100 men than 100% of my own by J. Paul Getty. That is probably the most misquoted, misunderstood, half-truth quote in the entire industry. It's great for leverage, but there's a part there that you need to make sure you capture, and we'll talk about that towards the end. But that's one of the things right there is you want to be able to leverage people. And with some of the things that we talked about on the Chalk Talk, I'm from Wisconsin, and up here we have a lot of bald eagles. I get to see bald eagles every day when I'm on the lake. And we have these other amazing, majestic animals, the Canadian goose. Now, the bald eagle can fly about 150 miles in a day, but it can soar, it can stay up forever in the air. And a Canadian goose is like a flying bowling ball. It's not aerodynamic, it can't soar. But yet a Canadian goose can fly up to 1,500 miles 10 times as far in a 24-hour period than a bald eagle. And the reason they do that is because they're always out flying in a V, and they're leveraging the other people around them. And when they do this, it's 70% efficiency. They get to go further by 70% because they're working together. And I think that's what people you need to understand when you're in this industry. Brent, I mean, you've known this forever too, is like, you don't go anywhere by yourself. You don't want to go fast, go by yourself. You want to go far, you got to take everybody with you. And that's the beauty of working promotions and stacking them together. That's what's going to make you the money. Because this is what it is. Leverage is what? Other people's money. You want to be successful in business and in finances, you've got to figure out how to leverage other people's money. That means you borrow from the bank, you borrow against another asset to build another asset, you get capital, venture capitalists coming in. You want to capitalize, and you want to leverage other people's money. The other one is you leverage other people's time. So what does it mean to leverage other people's time? Well, if you collaborate with cross-line leaders, that's leveraging other people's time. You're leveraging their knowledge, their intellectual property, but you're leveraging their time. And then when you ever do a project like raking leaves, you do it by yourself, it takes a long time. But if you get a crew of 5 or 6 people, you whip that out in a hurry because you're leveraging other people's time. But this is the one that I absolutely love, is leveraging other people's effort. And it's OPM, OPT, and OPE, leveraging other people's effort, because that is how we're going to duplicate inside of this business. Now we're doing it together. And that's the thing, when you get to that quote, 1% of 100 people versus 100% of my own, it does not mean to sit on your butt and not do any work, Brent. What it means is you want a lot of people doing a little bit of work plus your efforts as well. And so if you put in 100% effort of yourself, you're going to get a lot further.
Yeah. And one of the things I want everybody to know on the call tonight is that's not something that's natural. Like network marketing and is really a unique, that's why they say it's non-traditional, because most people, I know when I was a coach, you know, the other head coaches wanted to beat my butt. Like they did not want to contribute to the effort of our success, right? How many of you got jobs where you go, you know what? I wished I could leverage people's time and their efforts, but guess what? They don't want to because they're competing with me. In our business and in NewAge, it's something that's super powerful. When you learn the art of leveraging people's time and leveraging their efforts and creating synergy towards a movement or a cause, special things happen. And you know, that's what we're talking about with these trips. So amazing. I love this. I love this, Tracy.
All right. You know, you're 100% right. What's promo stacking? That's what we talked about earlier. It's what people are looking for. What is promo stacking? Well, promo stacking is you look at the top and what do you got? You got the Tahiti Dream trip, right? This is a trip. We've talked about it. I could talk about it for a week. It's an amazing trip. Yes, you want to go. You're going to have to go to work to get there. And that's the thing. It's like, what's my game plan to qualify for Tahiti? And then you've got the Costa Rica trip, which is the power ranker trip. That's another one. It's like, well, how do I get there? Well, you got a power rank. If you don't know what your power ranking is, you need to have a conversation with the airline leadership. And then finally, the last one, which is the most accessible for everybody, probably the most powerful part, because it's the one you get to leverage the most in your organization. And that's the ultimate Utah experience. Okay, so we're going to look at this. So what does it look like? What does Promo Stack look like? You have, this is good old you in the middle, and you've got your organization and you got your power line, obviously. Now, if you look at your organization, and everyone's got different circles here, right? We'll go straight up generic here. You look at your organization, you're going to say, okay, how am I going to qualify for Tahiti? The goal is to go to Tahiti. Well, I got to title up. I got to rank up. Now, it doesn't matter where you're at. You got to go senior officer. You got a CEO to chairperson, whatever it is. You got to rank up. You got to know your numbers. So how is it that you're going to accomplish this? Because it seems to be honest, it can be kind of a big hill to climb when you think about how I qualify for Tahiti. And so the way that you do this is don't worry about Tahiti, that'll come, but your game plan is this, is that you're going to leverage the Utah experience. You're going to stack these promotions to get your qualification. What you're going to do is you're going to go down into your organization and you're going to go, this person here wants to go to Utah. And that's where you're going to drive volume, is underneath that person. Because what does that person need to do to go to Utah? Well, they got to make what? $3,000 in commissions in that 6-month period. Now that's a minimum of 10,000 PV at 30%. That's if they do it all by signing people up, just in the new volume bonus. So there's going to be more PV there than 10,000 PV. Now, Brent, what happens when you push 10,000 PV through that line of business? What's probably going to happen to your business?
Yeah, it's going to grow, and you're going to excite people because you're burning it from the bottom up.
And you're finding, and you're going to what? You're going to title up, probably, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. So what's the whole point of going to Tahiti?
Pay line, you're taking that pay line volume to a new level, which is all about powering up, and it's what I love about what Tracy just shared. It's to get to Tahiti, to get to Costa Rica, you go down to the first trip out of the gate, and you find a new person that wants to go earn that trip to Utah, make $3,000 in their first 6 months, and you get that person, and that is going to take care of the Costa Rica. That is going to take care ultimately of the Tahiti trip.
So you're sitting there looking at your qualifications like, well, now I need to get more. Now, how do you power rank? Well, you got to bring a lot of new people in. You got to show duplication, all the power ranking metrics, right? So this is a power ranking metric. How do you get more volume? Well, now you go find this person to go to Utah, and you drive that volume. So you focus on Utah for Costa Rica for Tahiti. Don't complicate it and think if you were trying to climb in on a mountain, you wouldn't parachute to the top. You'd start at the bottom, and you'd start taking one step at a time. Utah is the one step that you need to be focusing on, because remember, you're going to go a lot further together than you will trying to do it yourself. I had a conversation just the other day, Brent, where someone said, I'm going to sponsor a big leader, and then they're going to come in and, that's going to get me to go to Tahiti. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I hope you can do that. But not the average person is not going to go sponsor a big industry leader to go fully optimize a pay line so they can title up. And so the focus is work with the people that you have and drive that volume throughout your team.
Yeah, and it's the art of this beautiful industry we all refer to as network marketing. Like, it's taking that brand new person, and driving income in and keeping them around long enough to figure it out, and taking them from 0 to 3,000 commissions, letting them experience a trip to Utah. That's the true art of building a business here. It's not bringing, the big organization. It's taking that grassroots person and stepping them through the process to see the vision here that you saw, and that's what I love about this industry. And Tracy, for the people that's sitting here on the Zoom tonight, they might be going, well, how do I find those people? Like, I've got this pay line of business, and maybe I include my power line of business. I would in this mix to find out, okay, who wants to go to Utah, right? It's easy to just say I should have somebody, but how do we identify?
Well, and here's the pitfall, right? You got to be careful when you're doing promotions, because a lot of the times you're like, you know what? I really want Brent to go on this trip with me. So I think I'll work with Brent. Well, Brent may not have the passion to go on the trip. So I'm trying to push a rope, and you got to identify the people that want to go to work. And that's the very first thing is what it's simple to me is, I got to change back to black here, is number one is call out. And what does call out mean? That means you got to talk to your organization, talk to your teams and say, who wants to go to the Utah experience? Who wants to qualify? You want to find out. You want people to raise their hand saying, it's me, it's me, it's me. Because your organization, you might have 100 people or 50 people or 500 people. You got to be able to focus your energy, because at the end of the day, Brent, you only got 100% of your efforts that you can qualify with, that you can work with. And you need to put your efforts where it's going to benefit you the most so you can qualify for TV and everywhere else. So number one is call out and see who's interested in doing it. Step two is verify. You want to verify those people that raise their hand, because I'm telling you right now, how many people on this call want to go to Tahiti? Put one in the chat. Everyone's going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? Then when I say, hey, we're going to start Saturday morning at 5 a.m., you're like, snooze. You're not going to show up.
Hey, Tracy, it's kind of like a diet for me and you, right? You know, we raise our hand and go, hey, we want to lose it, you know, and then when somebody says, well, we're going to start running 5 miles a day, we're like, okay, we'll start next week.
French fries, you can't have French fries on a diet, is what you're saying.
Verify, yeah, because everybody's going to raise their hand, but verifying and actually putting some action out there, action items out there to do. You know, let's get 2 events on the calendar. Let's make a top 10 list. Like, let's start reaching out to people. Like, you start to verify really quick, you know, who's really serious about this.
100%. Because look what happened when you verify. If you verify these people in the red and you start driving the volume right here, Brent, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the guy over here? This guy here? He's going to hear about it, isn't he? He's going to go, there's something going on there. And he's going to raise his hand and say, whoa, I want to go to Utah. And I guarantee you, then this guy's going to start to drive volume. It is the way you go. You got to focus where you're at. And the third step, then this is the most important step, is engage. You have to engage with your people that you call out and you verify. You need to engage with them and for yourself. And what does engage mean? Like you just said, Brent, get a couple meetings on the books. Get some activity going. Make sure they're on the NewAge Live. Make sure they're on training. Make sure they're educating themselves. Now, those practices are not income producing practices, are they? Those don't create income. Being on this call doesn't create any income. This gives you some strategies, but you've got to go out and create the income. And what is the income? Income to me is very simple. STP is an oil that you put in your motor. In our industry, what we always talk about a vehicle, right? This is a financial vehicle. In the products are always listed as, hey, these are the fuel. This is the fuel that drives the vehicle, right? That's always been the metaphor. And it's true. You got to have quality premium products to really be able to perform in your vehicle. But the thing that really makes the engine run is keeping it properly lubricated, ready to go, which is putting a good oil in. Because what happens, Brent, if you drive on the road with no oil in your car?
It's going to lock up on you.
It's going to lock up on you, right? So STP, why I like STP stands for show the plan. Now, showing the plan is defined as talking to somebody that's not in the business about the business in an attempt to get them into the business. That qualifies as showing the plan. Brent, you and I sitting here talking, and doing opportunity meetings to each other, it doesn't make anybody else any money because we're both already in the program. So showing the plan is when you engage with your people, you call them out, you verify, engage, they need to start showing the plan, show it with them. And the other side is, if you're a product person, is share the products. What is share the products? Talking to somebody that's not on the products about the products in an attempt to get them to buy the products. So without this formula right here, your financial vehicle, your financial opportunity, your qualifications for Tahiti, Costa Rica, and Utah will not come to fruition. You need to be showing the plan. You need to engage in the business. And that's one of the biggest things that people need to understand is all the Zooms, all the happiness that you do on a daily, lining up your pens on your desk and doing all that, that does not create income. This is what creates the income, is showing the plan.
Yeah, Tracy, this is what I love, because this is the input sector. So many people focus on the output in our industry. Like, I want to go to Tahiti, I want to go to Costa Rica, I want to go to Utah, but the input is, share the products. share the plan. Like that's the input. So if this week, I'm actually going to train on this tomorrow during the coach talks, the coaching, the chalk talk session that we do on Tuesdays is, you know, if I need to go recruit somebody to then get them to work towards getting them to the Utah trip over the next 6, listen, that's over 10,000 in product volume that not only are they going to get there, but I'm generating that in my business, right? That's how I get there. That's focusing and then going back, and then I can either go out and myself focus on, you know, sharing the product, sharing the plan, or I can recruit somebody and they have a strong list of people that I can go share the products and share the plan with, you know, and ultimately focus on that Utah experience trip. Because think about, I mean, Tracy, you just said it. I mean, I get 2 people there, 2 people to Utah in the next 6 months. I've just put at least over 20,000 of product volume through my pay line of business, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be more than that because now you got momentum, you got that leverage on your side. So this is exciting. And again, I want to reiterate, and Tracy, I'll let you close this, but the promotion is there and is run, you know, the company's laying this out for us. It's up to us to be that promoter to our organization, to make that call out to our team, to find out, okay, who's new out there that wants to make that commitment, and let's get them to Utah. Now let's put some action items. Let's put some events on the calendar. Let's tap into some lists and start reaching out to people, sharing the plan, sharing the product, you know, set some goals and parameters around that input going in every week and watch what happens. Tracy, thank you for the training tonight.
Welcome, Brent. I tell you, you know, just in a quick closing, everything Brent just said is that's the secret to this industry. I think everyone wants to think that this industry is super complicated and there's some sort of, you got to be some wicked smart, experienced guy in this industry. It's not. It's exactly what Brent just said. What we laid out is find somebody in your organization that wants to succeed, that is putting the effort forward, work with them and drive that volume, drive that leg. And I promise you, even if you don't go to Tahiti, if the ultimate trip, right? But they go to Utah, you put in 10,000 plus volume in your business, you just created a residual income for the rest of your life. If I said right now, we're going to do an opportunity meeting in 40 minutes, and if somebody that brings somebody to that meeting was going to win $500 a week for the rest of their life, how many people on the Zoom would show up without everybody would show up with a prospect. That's how you have to look at this. Every time you talk to somebody, that person is worth $500 a week, every week for the rest of your life. Because that's what's at stake in network marketing in this business. So with that, I just want to encourage everybody to talk to your upline leadership, find out in your organization who's working, and then put that action plan into play and start driving these promos, because they're there for us to all to succeed.
Kristine, we'll turn it back to you. Thanks for having us on.
Wow. I just have to say, let me fix this. Here we go. I just have to say that I am so blown away by this concept, because I love to get excited for something, and I love to share my excitement for whether it's Costa Rica or Tahiti or for Utah. But what I love even more is being able to break it down into an action plan. And I think this is what you guys have done. And I am just so grateful that you guys were able to share that tonight. And the thing I love best about this plan, you talked about focusing where you're at and leveraging, but with this leverage, everybody wins. Everybody wins in this scenario by leveraging efforts. So thank you guys very much. I do want to say, I was going to ask you to stay on and read the names, because I'm sure the chat gets tired of this hearing my Idaho girl accent. But then I realized, I don't know if a Wisconsin boy and an Alabama boy would make it much better. So I'll let you off the hook. And I will go ahead and read the names tonight. Tracy may have threatened me. I can't confirm. All
I'm
right.
not paying attention anymore, Kristine. I'm done.
Oh, I just called on you to read the names. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Once again, Brent and Tracy, thank you so much. Let's put some hearts in the chat. I hope everybody, that was as beneficial for everybody else as I thought that it would be. As when I heard it the first time, I just it was so powerful. Okay, so let's go on and let's start reading our recognition for tonight. Let me go ahead and get here really quick. And once again, I just want to tell everybody that made the time to join us tonight. Thank you so much. I know that Monday nights can be tough and there's probably other things that maybe you could be spending your time. So I thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's start with the lifetime earnings of 100 USD. These are our newest team leads. And we have from the US, we have Jillian Pham, Kimberly Hood, Mariella Botello, Mitzi Newsom, Nick Straight, Norma Martinez, Sarah Hyatt, Stefan Kovalchek, Erin Chilton, Allison Viren, Allison Mashburn, Ann Hagler, Christina Boatwright, Cindy Allen, Dawn Dozier, and Emily Stotch. Congratulations to all of our US team leads. And for Canada, we have Jacinth Lamontagne and Sebastian de Saltales. Hopefully I got that close. Congratulations, everyone. Now, let's celebrate our newest senior team leads. And this is with a lifetime earning of 200 USD. We have Carrie Hyung of California, Giovanna, Giovanna Nekorovic, there we go. Nancy P, I'm not even going to try that one because I know that I would do it disservice. So Nancy, congratulations. Nicole Austin, Stacy West, France Bouvier, Garnett Burge, Jim Lamb, Leslie Lesokesek, Melville Castellan, and that is our Canadian senior team leads. Congratulations, everybody. Okay, let's move on to our supervisor. And this is a lifetime earning of 400 USD. We have Angela Bloom Hewitt, Luann Barkley, Sandra Watt, Shandy Alabassa, Sharon Lefevre, Tara Johnson, and from Canada, we have Danielle Dufour and Isabel Langlois. Congratulations. Honestly, these are just, goes back to what Tracy and Brent were talking about. Focus where you're at, because it's just that one step at a time that will get you to that next promotion, that next rank. So congratulations. Now for our newest senior supervisors with a lifetime earning of 600 USD, we have Judy Marchese, Kathy Law, Marlene Christensen, Nancy Allison, Nazar Fazlawa, Pablo Valdez, Vilma Momatic, Abraham Benitez, Shell Nettleman, Elvis Bitsilli, Joe Osthoff, John Beachy, Jose Lewis and Lillian Perez Govas. Congratulations. And for Canada, we have Carolyn Lassar, Mona Rousseau, Natalie Chassaw, and Richard Laframboise. I feel my French getting better. Congratulations, everybody. Okay, moving on to manager, and this is with the lifetime earnings of 800 USD. Congratulations, Sabrina Perez. We appreciate you and all of your hard work. And up next, we have the senior manager, and that's a lifetime earnings of 900 USD. We have John Roberts and Lisa Mock. Congratulations. Okay, our newest director. We have Deanne Calhoun from Alabama. Congratulations, Deanne. And next we have, I believe this is our last recognition for the night. And this is a vice president with a 3,000 pay line volume. And a big, huge congratulations goes out to Deb Pasacreta from British Columbia. You guys, thank you so much. Congratulations. I know that all of those names, each one represents a story, each one represents lives changed and a lot of hard work. So congratulations to everybody that we did recognitions. Richard, thank you so much for your transformation story. It is truly inspiring. And I just want to thank Brent Palmer and Tracy Ternburg once again for kind of giving us a step-by-step practical guide to get to Utah, to get to Costa Rica, to get to Tahiti, and more than anything, build our teams, because as we put those efforts together, we all go further. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you back here next Monday night. Thanks, everybody.